Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft EXODIA episode 23. How you guys all doing today? I'm here down in the basement, down in the starter base because I want to check on the sanctuary of the sniffer. Because if you guys didn't know, this sanctuary is also a farm over here, and if we take a look at the barrels, you can see that we got a lot of torch flower seeds and pitcher pot. Now I haven't really find a location for me to really plant the pitcher pot and the torch flower seeds, so I'm gonna need to find a spot to do some of those farming. But speaking of farms, in today's episode, as you guys have already seen the video titles, and as I already mentioned in the last episode, yes, I did technically say that I didn't want to do farms consecutively on every episode ever, but this one is a different one. You see, if we come down to my house right now, you can see this is the remaining of my gold supplies. Now if you guys didn't know, I use gold for a lot of reasons. Mainly one of them is building the farms like the bamboo farms and soon to be the automatic dripstone farm. Both of them gonna need a lot of gold for me to make the Minecraft redstone rail. So you can see that's one of the reasons why I needed that gold farm. Another reason is admittedly, remember the Alchemist empire that we have built many episodes ago? Well, truth to be told, you can see it's pretty dead silent in this vicinity. Only two of the villagers lives in this house over here and the house over there. So admittedly, because I didn't have enough golden apple, I couldn't breed enough villagers and get them into a discount before moving them into the empires. So that's another reason why I needed that gold supplies. So in this episode, we are going to change that. We are going to build ourselves a gold farm. Many of you guys already know that to build a gold farm, we're gonna need to kill the zombie 5 piglin because they drop gold or gold ingot. So anywhere above the nether ceiling should do the trick. We also need to be somewhere at the right biome like the nether wastes, which they will spawn the most. Now in the past, I have been building some gold farm before, following by some YouTube videos on the channels and just see how to build a gold farm. But in this channel and in this series, I want to do different. I don't want to just follow the farms from other people as much as possible. If I can't, then I do have to do it, don't I? But for this gold farm, I did specifically come up with a way to design not only efficient but easy to build as well. Now if we just twirl around, you can see that I built myself an experimental gold farm, aka the zombify piglin farm. Now this is just an experiment. You can see it's not the actual farm itself, otherwise this whole platform over here will be filled with magma block. Basically, the experiment over here, I want to be able to AFK in this farm as much as possible. Granted, if you kill the zombify piglin with looting tree sword, you actually do get more gold, but I honestly don't really care about that, and I didn't want to just constantly swinging my sword constantly. Now I know you can just use a macro key for that, but it's fine. I mean, this farm really do produce quite a lot of gold in itself, as long as the pig just constantly swarming into the center. But to show you how this farm actually works, I'm gonna demonstrate you. So you can imagine there are piggies that spawning in the magma zones over here, and as they spawn, we need to find a way to attract them down in the center over here, where there is a drop location over here. They will drop down in this spot, land, and then come over here, drops, and then take 4 damage for about 20 damage or at least more than that, to the point where they only last with 1/2 damage. Now normally when we work with the zombified pigling, if you damage one of the zombified piglings, the rest will just follow and aggro altogether. And to demonstrate that, we got a mock-up zombified pigling over here. This is basically the leader that will announce everyone else from the top that hey, I got damage, please take care of this guy, which is me, the person that hurt this pigling over here. The accurate range of the zombified piglings is about 33 blocks to 55 blocks. So once we hit this zombified pigling, you can see all of them started to get angry immediately. And take a look at this. They just come to the center. Well, if I adjust myself nicely, there you go. Now they come to the center over here and then just try to jump down into the meter drop points and get damage. From what you guys are seeing right now, it made this seems like this thing it can be backed up quite easily, but this is an experiment and this is definitely force spawned by the command block over here. But if they spawn naturally, they'll be all scattered around, and by the time they reach the center, all of them will be going down to the thing before it back up. And as you can see, it's not getting back up quite easy over here. So we definitely are able to maximize the efficiency with just this method. As you can see, every time when a new one spawns, they constantly get aggro because of the leader over here is constantly telling the new guys that hey, I got damage, please come to me and please kill this guy over here at the bottom. And you might be wondering, well, you have done that, but what about the loot that you acquire? Well, all of the loot that drops from this hopper will get sucked up into the chest over here. This chest contains all of the items from the hopper itself, and when we activate the system over here, and when we activate this repeater, it will designal this redstone torch over here, hence releasing the minecart down here that will suck up all of the chest from inside this stuff over here, as you can see. But because we have a lot of minecart in here, this thing should by right want able to back up, as you can see over here. If we put all of the salt in there, you can see it's slowly just clearing up all the chests in there with the resources. Once the minecart goes through this system over here, maybe I'll link this to a YouTube channel that this is, I think it's Railworks. I don't know, I'll link it down in the description below so you guys can go check it out. But yes, basically once the minecart goes through this system over here, because there's a minecart rail over here, the minecart thinks that it can go down there, but then get hit by the lava cauldron in here, hence destroy the minecart. And then the minecart itself will get sucked into this hopper, whereas the rest of the item will drop down into this system below. And then the rest should be self-explanatory. We can just build ourselves a sorting system and sort out every single loot. And there you go. That is the simple whoa. Oh no, what I did done. As I have said before, this is the gold farm practically done. It's quite simple. All I need to do is to gather enough magma blocks so that we can build up the platform above me, get a pigling so that it will sit on top of this pillar over here, and then the rest should be quite simple. Now, in between the episode, I already gathered some magma down over here in this sugar box. If we take a look at it, we got about 1, 2, 3, almost 4 sugar box full of magma blocks. I sincerely hope that I don't need any more than this, but we will see about that when we actually build the gold farm. But in the meantime, I also need to gather resources to prepare to build the other assortment of the redstone machine as well. So while I'm doing that, there's actually a clip that I want to show you guys. You see, remember way back then when we want to find the ancient city and hoping that we will get a silenced armor trims? Well, take a look at this. Voila! I got myself a silenced armor trim. So I'm just gonna show you clips of how I managed to get it, and then we'll be back here building the gold farm, shall we? Oh my god, everybody, you guys have no clue just how long I've been trying to look for this smithing template. After many ancient city raid, I have finally acquired the Silence armor trims, one of the most rarest template you can ever get in Minecraft, and I finally have it. Oh my god, I can just I don't even need to be here anymore. I can just leave the ancient city forever. Not being able to find the ancient template was a pain, but now that I don't have to, now that I have this, I can just get out of here. And there you go, guys. We are back at the industrial farms, safe and sound. And take a look at the inventories over here. We got ourselves not only the silence armor trim, we got even 4 more smithing table ward armor trims and 2 enchanted golden apple. That was really lucky over there when I opened that chest. And then there's Scott Catalyst, Echo Shard, and some Distrapment for we can use it in the future if we ever need more of those. And then yeah, we got some extra Snick tree. We got even 3 of the third tier Snick, and then we can combine these 2 bulks and get ourselves another tier 3 Snick as well. So overall, this is a pretty good haul for us. So yeah. Now granted, I didn't actually search the ancient city by myself. I eventually had to rely on the road seed finder to actually find the ancient city because I didn't want to waste the time to look for the ancient city because I'm a content creator. I don't have much time to find the ancient city and just, you know, spend a lot of precious time making content, But yeah, all in all, we did manage to find ourselves Silence Armor Trim, and eventually we are definitely going to be using this to customize our beautiful looking armor once we of course upgraded to Netherite. Yes. So you can see I have been gathering some resources as I mentioned, and this probably is enough to get me going on the gold farm. I'm not too sure just yet, but yeah, why don't we just turn around and arrive ourselves in the nether biome. Now we are at the netherverse. As we mentioned, this is the most efficient for the zombified plague to spawn. We also want to make sure the farm we're gonna build on top of this needs to be 120 blocks away from the bottom part of the nether roof because we want to avoid any available spot for the zombified piglet to be able to spawn. So you can see at the distance over there, there is a weird looking spear over there. That's actually a spear that we're gonna be using to tell us whether it can be spawned or whether it will despawn. I have built up the pillars to this point while level 248. Now, what we're looking at right now is actually about 120 blocks high from the nether roof right now. And if we do this, this is a mini hut, and if we use can despawn spear, if we use despawn spear over here, enable this shape, we can see the radius of the spear that the mob will despawn once they go out of the range. And as you can see, if we head down here, you can see that it barely touches any of the surface of the nether. However, you can also see that the spear kinda ends somewhere just barely over halfway up, mainly because I'm assuming this could very well be the top of the nether roof. So we want to make sure whatever we're building does not go exceed to the build limit. And given the fact that any of the location that we're looking at right now does not seem to be at colliding with any surface over here, I believe we could probably lower this spear down a little bit and we still should be fine. Maybe we can build somewhere over here where there's a lot of lava pocket, and there doesn't seem to be a lot of cave around here, so we should build it over here instead. Alright guys, I can see I have moved my player to over here, and if we come down to the underneath the nether roof, we can see we are not practically touching of the surface of the netherrack, and nothing is actually spawning underneath here. So yeah, I think this is the location we are going to build our gold farm and maximizing our efficiency on the piglin spawning. The only thing I need to find out now is whether we still got enough height to build our farm. So let's determine that by building it out. Okay, so the maximum height over here currently I can build at least is 23 blocks high. And I think I probably need about 26 or 27. So I'm probably gonna need to lower this down a bit more before I can actually build the farm. Right, so I have done some extensive calculations, as you can see in the chat over here. I was trying to minimize the world height as possible. And then yeah, in the end I landed in 225 Y level. There is some gaps underneath the nether roof where the piglin can spawn, but I think I will deal with that once I build the gold farm. But for the time being, you know what this means. When we are going to build farms, it means time-lapse time. The farm has now been built and soon to be ready to be flushing in gold. The only thing that I need to do now is to set up a piglin over here that is name tag and unable to despawn forever and ever, so that we can start the farm, and then hopefully, finger crossed, it will aggro all of the zombified piglin over here. Hence, all of them will go down here. Actually, now that I remember something, I forgot one thing very crucial. Piglin, you seem to be the closest to the area. You're gonna be the chosen as the leader of the zombified piglin, and you're gonna stand that center over here between the trapdoors. And before I drop you down, I'm gonna name you Oinky. Let's see where I can get the block. Oink. Okay, good. He's down there now, and his name is never gonna be despawned. Okay, so the one thing I actually forgotten about is we need to make sure that none of these piglin over here is gonna get stuck over here, because what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna stand right below where I'm standing right now, and the piglin over here is obviously going to tread down the closest route to me. And of course, because the holes is right over here, and then there's trapdoor over here, so we obviously want to have a way to just make them funnel into one hole over here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a blocker over here. This essentially means that any of the zombified piglin would obviously, from this side over here, we obviously go around here instead, and then to the center point over here, because this is technically the closest route to me, as you can see over here. What a great demonstration of zombified piglin. But yeah, I think, finger crossed, this is all set up and ready to go. You can actually test this thing out and actually see whether it works or not. But before that, what we want to do is just turn on this thing. This obviously triggered the whole system behind me. As you can see, this triggered the minecart system, so any of the item that's stuck by the hopper will get stuck by this minecart hopper over here. Throw the item down here and push the item through this funnel of the storage system over here. Hopefully, and I'm just saying, I got the timing right and everything. We will have to see about that when we well, gather some resources from over here. So without further ado, I know this guy isn't actually dying, but they will just die based on the entity cramming, so it should be fine. And so we're going to AFK this, and we want to prevent any surviving mob to survive here. I've added 25 hopper minecart over here. 25 is the limit that mob can stand in one block. Any more than that, they will just take damage. So any of the zombified piglin that drop down here will immediately not only take 4 damage, they will just die immediately by the entity cramming. So yeah, we can basically try this again, and finger crossed, I don't think we're gonna get any surviving zombified piglin over here. And then yeah, while I'm doing this, we could also AFK on this farm for a few minutes and just see how much gold that we can get. I'm just gonna let you guys all know that don't freak out when you guys look at my experience point, because instead of AFK here for a few minutes, I have been AFKing here for more than 10 hours straight in this gold farm. So I'm just gonna show you guys my hopper and you can just see. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. That's the amount of experience point that I got just by AFKing here in this gold farm right over here. Honestly, I'm actually a bit surprised. I thought they patched it so the zombified piglin does not give you any XP if you don't kill them with a sword, but apparently it still does. So yeah, that's the amount of experience that I got over 10 hours straight. And speaking of 10 hours, naturally of course, that also means that we also accumulated a lot of gold. Now, it may seem that this is not a lot in 10 hours. That is because, well, that is all of the gold that I've compacted with, and we got like what, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, almost 15 stacks of blocks of gold, which is quite a lot in my opinion. And yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be needing a lot more blocks of gold in the future, but the thing is, the gold farm here is not entirely finished just yet. Well, we need to set up ourselves a piglin bartering system so that we can convert some of the golds over here and then get the other resources, like, you know, the crying obsidian, the leather, gravel, and you know all of the bartering systems. Basically add the bartering system over here, and then this one will particularly be done by then. So I'm not sure if I want to do it in this episode. Honestly, I'm not sure if I got any more times, but we'll see. We'll see how much time we can squeeze into this episode. Yeah. Right. I should have just kept on recording. Oh, this is embarrassing. Oh. So, yeah. Remember there was a boat with a chest underneath the zombie piglin gold farm over there? I accidentally ride the boat, and when I exit the boat, it's either the zombified piglin kill me, or the entity of the minecart that, yeah, squashed me to death. And yeah, and now I lost. Oh my god, it's so deep. And I'm gonna lose all of my stuff. Oopsie. You know, I must say to myself, you know, I'm the man that just doesn't like to die when I'm serious, but in a situation like that is just me being dumb and just make some silly mistake. Whew, wow, okay, I am... that really just caught me off guard when it happened. I wish I recorded it so that you guys can actually see what just happened over there. Oh my god, that is... And the worst part is, there's a good chance all of my stuff could be in the Hopper minecart right now. And the Hopper minecart is active, and if they get destroyed, all of the item will just get unfiltered by the storage system and just go down into the fire and burn all of my gears. So I need to be quick. I need to make sure I got wings and I got rocket so that I can retrieve all of the items before it get burned. I must say, that was one of the most hilarious deaths I've ever experienced. I'm gonna need to just get rid of this. There you go, look at my stuff. It's out. Ooh, take it. Okay, so it seems that I got pretty much all of my stuff back, and I don't think I have lost any important stuff. Thankfully, I don't have a lot of stuff with me in my inventory, so yeah. Still, that was one of the pretty hilarious moments I ever experienced. Lesson learned. Never try to ride a boat when it's active. Let me just turn this off now. And honestly, guys, I know that I just... Sorry, I discussed so loud. I know I just lost like 495 levels, but to be fair, those levels can be acquired back easily just by AFKing at the gold farm anytime soon, so I am not too worried about that, so yeah. But the most priority that I need to do now is to set up the zombified pigling, this pigling, so that we can do some bartering. So yeah, let's quickly get on to doing that. Alright, so guys, I have set up a simple cell over here. This is going to be where the pigling is gonna be staying over here. Now I think what I want to do is I want to put all 5 pigling in one cell here. Originally I was thinking that I should just separate them in each individual cell rather than just stacking it up, but honestly I don't think that really matters a lot. But I think just having 5 of them stacked in one cell is a lot more compact, and I'm well aware of the fact that as they keep gathering the gold from the dropper over here, the stack size will increase, hence the hopper here will not able to carry the whole thing, which is totally fine, I get it. But the thing is, when let's say if the pigling drop about 15 to 16 gravels, the hopper over here will completely suck up those whole stack altogether, and when that happens, this minecart over here will just immediately suck up the hopper from the hopper lines really quickly. So finger crossed, I don't think this is gonna get back up really easily with this system over here. Now apart from that, we also want to make sure that because we are going to have 5 pigling over there, we want to make sure only 5 of the gold ingot will be dispensed at the time. We don't want to be dispensed way more than that, otherwise they won't able to otherwise some of the gold that may be left out will have a good chance of despawning, so we do not want that to happen. So we want to make it as accurate as possible, and to dispense 5 is actually pretty tricky to do, so I probably need to figure something out with the redstone. I think I just figured it out. If you listen to the dispenser really closely, it only dispenses 5 times. I think I made it work. Look at this. So basically all I did here is compare the extensions with a torch over here that will reset the cycle over here. And then we got some repeater here that will delay the signal before it activate this signal and deactivate the torches over here. This is essentially how I managed to get a signal tick of 5. So yeah, and to lock this, all I need to do is just place down a torch here, torch leaf over here, and then this thing will be completely disabled. So yeah, I managed to get it working, so now next thing I need to do is to just practically sort out, just build out a storage system at this point. Easy peasy. Now, don't judge me, but I think I have made a little bit of a mess right over here, considering we have a storage system over here for the gold farm, and then now I built another storage system that kind of overlaps with the gold farm storage system, so it's a little bit. And if you guys didn't know, this is supposed to be the storage system for the piglin battling, which I have placed 5 of the piglin over there, and all of them are named so they won't be despawned. But yeah, as you can see, this is honestly quite a mess, and honestly, I don't think I'm gonna be making this any beautiful, so I'm just gonna be leaving it like this until at some point in the future if I feel like fixing this. But for now, it works, and I think I'm just gonna leave it this way. But yeah, I know there are some piglin over here as well, but don't you guys worry, they're all gonna be despawned once I clear up all of the platform that I've made over here. I must say, it's quite difficult to actually get the piglin to spawn, cause considering we got the gold one up above there, which constantly spawning all these zombified piglin. You can see the amount here. I constantly have to fly back and forth from here and then back in here again, and hoping that the piglin will spawn in this platform, as you can see over here. But yeah, most of the time it's just a zombie piglin that spawn in these platforms. And yeah, and not only that, one of the piglin that I have named that way just kind of jump off the ledge and die, so I literally had to get more names for it. But in the end, we got about 5 piglin in the cell over here, so we are technically good to go with the bartering system. We could give it a try now by placing down some gold bar and see just how efficient it works, but before that, I do need to clear out the platform over here and make sure this is all mob proof. Okay, the system down there is working now. As you can see, it's running back and forth, and the stack of the gold ingot is in here, so when I trigger this, hopefully theoretically it will only trigger 5 times, hence spending 5 ingots, enough for this guy to barter, and then this thing hopefully will not back up. And it seems like it's working well so far. But ooh, I was kind of hoping that it's not gonna happen, but it seems like we might. Oh, I think it's because I'm standing over here, which is why they're trying to throw in this trajectory. But if I were to stand over here instead, they want to throw it at me instead. So yeah, maybe that's why. Is this actually working right now? It is not working. How wonderful. Listen guys, this episode has been quite long for me. Sometimes I made a simple mistake just like this, but yeah, I have got this thing working now, and yeah, in the stack, I mean, you don't really get a lot, but as you can see, it is kind of just sorting out the item over here, and then any back extra stuff that we get, like a stack of stuff, will be going into the non-sorting system over here. But if we come down here, I already arranged the storage chest over here, and if we look at the last one, yeah, we got some black stuff over here, but I'm kind of expecting there will be some stackable stuff over here, which is fine. But overall, we got some quartz, we got some leather. We're technically going to get a lot of stuff from this bartering system. So yeah, this is honestly one of the most interesting farm that I ever built, especially the gold farm right over here behind me. Given that this is one of the farm that I kind of did my best not to look at the YouTube and tutorial how to do it. I kind of decided this based on my mind and hoping that it will work. I did actually design this on Creative for. I mean, I already showed you guys already. So yeah, and it seems to be working quite flawlessly. So if you guys ever want to try this out on yourself, you can definitely give this farm a shot. It was definitely a lot of help. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, as you guys can tell from my voice, I need to take a rest from this recording. I haven't even started editing this video. I'm not sure how it's gonna come. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be over 50 minutes. But yeah, we'll see about that. Anyway, uh, also, I have to apologize for the late uploads on EXODIA. There's a little bit of urgency going on with my life. That's why I kind of had to delay the episode a little bit. But I kind of technically want to keep the upload on YouTube consistent. So yeah, I'll definitely try to make up for you guys by trying to upload a bit more frequently in the future days. But yeah, having that said, that's it for this episode. So sorry for the lack of upload. I'll definitely get back to it again. But yeah, anyway, see you guys in another episode. Bye bye.